Welcome to SVG-TV News and Sports for Thursday, March 13th, 2014. I am Jennifer Richardson with the details. Over 100 young men and women became the inaugural participants of the Supportive Education and Training SET program, which was officially launched today at the Foreign Affairs Conference Room. The program, which is an initiative by government, is expected to empower the young people of this country and prepare them for the workforce, most of whom are entering the job market for the first time. Christine John Dean has more on the official launch of the program in this report.
The 106 young men and women between the ages 18 to 35 are set and ready for their new challenge as they prepare to enter the world of work from Monday, March 17th. At today's launch, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves urged all inaugural participants to pave the way by working hard, reminding them that laziness is an absence of virtue. Dr. Gonsalves says it is important that they work to excel in the various ministries they will be placed.
Productive society, a progressive society, has never been built anywhere in the world on leisure, pleasure, and nice time. You must have leisure, pleasure, and nice time, but somebody has to finance it.
Meanwhile, the PM outlined that each participant will receive a monthly stipend, which will be based on their qualification.
Persons with associate degree or CAPE, the stipend which they're receiving is $1,000 a month. And those who have university degrees, the stipend they're receiving is $2,200. I could have put the stipend for those with A-levels and community for A-levels and associate degrees CAPE at $1,200 or $1,300. But if I did that, I would have taken on fewer persons. And for those with the degrees, I could have put it at $2,500, but I would have taken on fewer persons.
Cabinet Secretary Katyan Banwell says the program shows the government's commitment to investing in the young people and that it also shows that the country is prepared to reap benefits from their investments.
All the young people in this room have much to offer and much to gain from their involvement in this program. This represents the pilot of a project which will in all likelihood become an annual program.
4 of the recipients took the opportunity to express gratitude to the government for selecting them and encouraged all other participants to remain focused and committed.
You know, in light of the recent devastation that we faced in December 2013, this initiative is not a cheap one, and the monies could have been channeled elsewhere.
That upon completion, we shall have a better understanding of the government service, how they function, and a heightened appreciation for our civil servants and the work they do.
I hope to be able to contribute effectively and efficiently wherever I have been placed, so that at the end of the program, I will be highly satisfied by my accomplishments that I have made.
Certainly, the program will impact positively on the level of unemployment and migration as some are forced to seek greener pastures. Being the first batch of young, innovative and intelligent students to benefit from this program, we therefore boast of being the creme of the crop.
This program is expected to run for a duration of 1 year from March 17, 2014 to the end of February 2015. The Supportive Education and Training SET program is a brainchild of the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and is being funded by Petro-Carib. Christine John Dean reporting for SVGTV News.
A sample of the laptops which will be distributed to secondary and tertiary students here was displayed at the launch of the SET program earlier today by Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves. Dr. Gonsalves called the initiative a targeted intervention, noting that the 12,500 laptops are expected to arrive here by May and will be distributed to the students before the school term ends.
This is, when I tell you, a top quality machine. And in this, there's going to be free Microsoft software indefinitely in this. Now I want to say to those students Form 1 and Form 2 and Form 3, please don't mash up your Magellan. Because when I give you this, I have to take back that one. Because there's some in the primary school who need it. I'm giving you a superior machine. So please remember that.
Dr. Gonsalves noted that this new initiative cost US $5 million, and he's grateful to the government of Venezuela for the assistance.
Before my comrade Hugo Chavez died, he made me the promise that since the Portuguese Prime Minister, my friend, is no longer in office, it's taking such a time, he will give me this. He'll give me a specific laptop of quality. And then my brother, the current president, Nicolas Maduro, was present when Hugo Chavez made me the promise. And he has carried out the promise made to me by the Eternal Commander Hugo Chavez.
The East Caribbean Group of Companies, ECGC, has now acquired the business assets of Bottlers St. Vincent Limited in receivership. Bottlers Limited is a manufacturer and distributor of aerated beverages and mineral water located at Camden Park. According to media release, the official signing of the documents took place on Tuesday in the presence of lawyer Graham Ballers and representatives of ECGC. The acquisition by ECGC includes the rights to the Juicy, Village Ram, Claire bottled water, and Sips trademarks, and ownership of the manufacturing and distribution operations at the Camden Park Industrial Estate. The Chief Executive Officer, Mosman Devi, said that this strategic acquisition would provide the opportunity for ECGC to offer its customers another range of high-quality but affordable products and re-establishing national pride in the Juicy brand while providing employment and aiding long-term national development. CARICOM is said to have agreed to work along with all the relevant international agencies in an attempt to easily access available funding for climate change mitigation in the region. Chairman of CARICOM, Prime Minister Dr. Rav Gonsalves, says the heads of government during the two-day conference emphasized the need to step up the region's engagement in climate change negotiations, including access to funding.
We agreed on the establishment of a task force on climate change and small island developing states to provide guidance to Caribbean negotiators, their ministers and political leaders in order to ensure the strategic positioning of the region in the negotiations. We had a very good paper on the subject, and importantly, we have two big meetings coming up this year. One in early September, the first week in September, the Small Island Developing States Conference in Samoa, which we'll be preparing very much for, which would build upon the work done 20 years ago on the Barbados Program for Action, and also the work done subsequently in Mauritius. And on the 23rd of September, there is the Climate Change Summit, sponsored by the United Nations Secretary General. So those are two important areas for us to advance our work in this area, in addition to other discussions taking place.
CARICOM and other external bodies have taken a standoff approach on the political impasse in St. Kitts Nevis because the democratic institution is set to be at work there. Chair of CARICOM, Prime Minister Dr. Rav Gonsalves, explains that in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, there is presently intense political competition between two competing political forces that must be addressed internally.
What is the basis upon which we can intervene or quote-unquote interfere? If there is a breakdown in law and order, we can then address that question, because a serious security issue would have arisen affecting individual rights and freedoms and affecting the trading arrangements between other CARICOM nationals and people in St. Kitts and Nevis. That is not the case. The Governor General is seized of the matter. The Speaker is seized of the matter. The law courts are seized of the matter. That is the same point which the Commonwealth Secretary General made when he visited St. Kitts and Nevis, when he was asked for the Commonwealth, why the Commonwealth is not intervening, making a comment. The democratic institutions are working.
Still to come, $500,000 worth of equipment and medical supplies handed over to the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital. More stories on the local scene when SVG-TV News continues. Don't go away. Welcome back. $500,000 worth of equipment and supplies were earlier today handed over to the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital by the Janice Litter Foundation to aid in the relief effort following the December 2013 freak storm. The Janice Litter Foundation was created in her honor by her son Vincentian international recording artist Kevin Litter. Director of the foundation, Jacqueline Litter, speaking via Skype, says the supplies were provided by Dr. Ron Patterson of the Christian Disaster Response in Florida.
That includes bandages, bedside seating, crutches, a plethora of things that were listed and will be inventoried on Monday. And the list will be released after that. And so we would like to say thank you to Dr. Patterson, and we'd like to say thank you to numerous other people. Dr. Patterson and his staff from the Christian Disaster Response in Auburndale, Florida. We also received, apart from Dr. Patterson's kind donation, we also received from the Ashna healthcare system in Louisiana. They donated 45 infusion pumps that retail at about $1,000 a piece, and those were donated through the Honorable Consulate James Sutterfield in Louisiana. We'd also like to thank the Tropical Shipping. It didn't take much. I made one phone call to a friend of mine in Trinidad, who is one of the managers at the Tropical Shipping there. And with no hesitation, she said, we will help you. And instead of paying there about $5,000 to ship a 20-foot container to St. Vincent, they charged us about 10% of that. The St. Vincent Port Authority also offered to accept the goods without charging us their usual administrative fees.
In accepting the donations, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves thanked the foundation for its assistance.
A day like today with you, I am the happiest man alive to borrow the language from a Trinidadian brother. Written by a Vincentian. And of course, I'm very, very proud. We are happy that you are there, and while we don't have you here, you're working in the diaspora for us, and we are thankful. And Kevin, you deserve, from your contribution and your character, which is exemplary, the rank of an ambassador for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, which this government had accorded you, and we are very, very happy about that, and that you had accepted.
The first ever Garifuna conference will be staged this weekend as part of activities to coincide with National Heroes Day. President of the foundation, David Daki Williams, says the purpose of the conference is to discuss and educate persons on reparations, resilience, and survival of the Garifuna people.
The national conference serves two main purposes. One, to collect material and formulate a position for St. Vincent and the Grenadines to take into the next international conference. And secondly, for local persons who have knowledge on certain things, be it on medicinal plants, be it on agricultural diversity, be it on historical artifacts and so on, persons who have material and have information, this is an excellent opportunity.
Meanwhile, Williams says there needs to be a greater level of understanding about the Garifuna heritage and culture in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
People are beginning to understand it, and that is making acceptability a lot easier for the Vincentian public. I think a very important action in this whole scenario is the naming of Joseph Chatelier as a national hero of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I think that has opened up doors of acceptability that that would not have been so easy had it not been for the pronouncement of Chatelier as a national hero.
Saturday's conference will be held at the Peace Memorial Hall beginning at 8:30 a.m. And the president of the Garifuna Heritage Foundation expressed his disappointment with the turnout by secondary schools to the recently held film festival that depicted the culture and heritage of the Garifuna people. Speaking to SVG-TV News, David Daki Williams says that of the schools invited, only 2 attended the festival. He, however, noted that although the attendance was poor, the session was very good and interactive.
They started out with a bit of apprehension, but after the film was shown, the interaction and the questions and so on became very lively. And we are satisfied that even though it was only 2 schools represented, we are satisfied that it served the purpose.
The showing of the Garifuna films was intended to educate secondary school students on the history of the Garifuna people. The General Employees Cooperative Credit Union Limited will be changing the landscape of the local cooperative movement with the launch of its online financial services as part of its GECU Link 24 services. According to the credit union, the service promises to connect the membership both locally and abroad with the many services that it offers using any online portal. Through this new facility, GECU says members can update their personal information, perform balance inquiries, transfer funds from accounts, apply for a loan, and pay their bills online. Additionally, GECU has also created a mobile app for its members. The app will allow members to access information about GECU, including the different services and loan products available. A soft launch of these 2 new products has already been done for the staff, with an official launch of the services to the general membership to take place on Wednesday, March 19th, 2014.